Your ideas only become better if you give them room and space to evolve and develop and become. This is so shaky. Where am I even looking? I think I'm looking on this side. Hi, guys. Okay. This is very shaky because if you were to see how I've basically balanced this phone, I've been trying to record this video. I'm gonna move my mirror so that it's not staring at me. I've been trying to record this video for the longest time. I don't want to make a whole thing about it, about like, oh my god, I've been trying to record this video for the longest time. But I think I felt like an urge to be one of the people speaking on the internet. And I've always wanted to start a podcast, guys, like for the longest time. Whether this is that, I don't know. Does it have to be an audio thing to be considered a... I'm not using my mic. Hold on. I'm not using my mic, and I bought myself these mics. How could I forget? Okay, hold on. Let's fix the technical glitch. Okay, prepared. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold it like this. This is also kind of cute. So I got this mic like a couple of weeks ago just because I was like, okay, this is the year we're doing it. We're starting the podcast, whether it is an okay, I wanted a YouTube one because I watch a lot of my favorite podcasters. My favorite podcasts I watch on YouTube and I consume them on YouTube. I rarely go on the podcast, Apple Podcast platforms or Spotify. I just like to watch people speak. But anyway, so I am Lona Kalimasha, and you will see a lot of other videos on my channel. So this is the first time that I'm actually speaking on camera, which is weird because I do voiceovers like professionally in addition to my 9 to 5, and I don't know why this is weird. This feels so weird, but it feels so necessary and so liberating that I actually did it. So the whole time today, I'd said that I would start this year and actually go ahead with like recording my podcast and starting my own podcast. I don't have a name yet for it. But I think, guys, like all seriousness aside, I think there's been like certain messages that have just been like coming to me in terms of like things that I really want to say and things that I want to express. This is more just like to have fun and to add my voice to the many voices on the internet, because I've realized that actually when I remembered the reason why I started doing content. I'd forgotten it for a little bit. So I've always wanted to start a podcast, and I thought, you know what, this is the year. If not, why not? If not, then when? So we're doing it. We're here. I'm adding my voice to the many voices on the internet. And it's crazy because I was like, why would I want to start a podcast? What has not been said that I could potentially say, guys? Like, what have people not talked about that I could possibly talk about? So I think that was like the main thing that was getting in the way, was me just thinking, really, another voice? Really? Do I really want, like, what else could I contribute, to be honest, which is such an unfair statement because there is 100 billion, million, trillion, gazillion people on this earth. And I also look at the content that I consume. There's so many podcasts that I watch slash listen to. There's so many creators that I watch on YouTube that I love, that are mainly lifestyle, travel vloggers, general content creators. How many people on Instagram do I follow that have a similar vibe, similar aesthetic, similar level of content? But the only difference is that each of those people is different and unique to who they are, you know? So they're not all the same. They're all different, and there's something different about each way they basically showcase their skill of content creation and storytelling. And I guess, why do I feel that like somebody else, like there isn't my own tribe out there? And I guess part of the what I wanted to talk about or have a little bit of a conversation about was the fact that, like, how many times do we get in our own way about things that we want to do and execute, and then you're always thinking about like, oh my gosh, like there's already 200,000 people doing this thing the 200,001 that is me, what could I possibly add? What could I possibly contribute? How could I possibly add additional value, And there's so many creators that are already adding value. So, but the difference with that is that those people are not you, and you've got like your little quirks, the things that make you different, the things that make you you, that make you even more amazing, just as much as the next person. So there's definitely space for all of us, and I think we need to challenge ourselves this year. Look, take it from me, because whether this gets like one view and like zero likes, it is completely fine because, like I said, I'm no longer attached to the outcome of things, but rather doing things because I just want to and purely for the fun and for the magic, and the rest will come after. And guys, it's taken me like I had this realization literally the other day where I was like, actually, what is my why, um and I'd actually sent a message to like a DM'd like a this other creator, like really love her. I'll put her handle here because I'm about to butcher her handle. I think it's Miss Shanae Cotton or Miss Nay Cotton on Instagram. I'll put her handle here. Sorry if I butchered your handle. But anyway, I was having a conversation with her, like don't know her at all, but I just felt like I just love her content and how she's just so herself on her content, like unapologetically so. And I was just like, oh my god, love your vibe, love your content, like. And I've been struggling with like showcasing like my goofy and weird, quirky nature on the internet, and I don't know why I struggled with that on the later part of like my going, like I think I noticed it when I entered my 30s. And I don't know, there was probably the pandemic also. So many things happened during the pandemic where like my self-confidence just took a little bit of a dip. And but anyway, like long story short, I was basically just saying to her that I love her content, love her vibe, and I just love that she's just constantly I don't know what's happening with my voice, it's like breaking. I just love that she's constantly herself, and she just does, like, she just films and shoots content, basically showcases her personality in all of its beauty and quirkiness. And her response was so beautiful. Actually, she actually responded with a voice note, which was very lovely. And I think what resonated so much with what she said was, you just need to remember like why it is that you're doing what you're doing. And I've heard that many times before for whatever reason, but I guess I was ready to hear the message this time around. It was ready to land because many times other creators that are in the personal development space, or like just creators in general, will always just be like, dude, if you're gonna do content, make sure that you know why you're doing it. That's how you succeed in this. Besides the consistency part, it's like you succeed because you remember and you know and have an understanding on your why. um so I basically had forgotten what my why was, and my why was, hey checkers, my why was basically, and now I'm getting distracted because I can hear people talking outside. That lady getting a checkers order. 60 checkers, 60. We love you so much. You can be a sponsor for one of my podcast episodes one day. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I needed to remember what my why was. And the why for me has always just been the fact that I absolutely love the process of content creation. I love the process of storytelling. I love the like piecing visuals together, telling a story through those visuals, creating something different from nothing. So that's just always been my thing. And like, I just have so much fun while doing it. Like when I edit my YouTube videos, Ingati, I'm editing for like 100,000 subscribers, but I'm just editing for the few that I have. Actually, like 1,000 is quite like significant. If I have to say so myself, thank you very much, guys. Um, but I think when I and even like my recent videos haven't gotten that much views since coming back on YouTube. But because Gogu, like my focus is the fact that like I'm literally here to enjoy this and I'm doing it for enjoyment. I'm not really that fixated on, oh my gosh, I've only got like 3 views, or I've got 0 comments and like 900 views or whatever. Because I didn't shoot content for the longest time and I was off the platform for like years, probably 2 to 3 years, because I'd forgotten my why. And I was just a little bit like sad about like, oh my gosh, why is the channel not growing to more than 1,000 subscribers? But that time I wasn't even consistent. what was I thinking, honey? So now that I'm having so much fun with it, I like, guys, if I could tell you, like, it's just been so amazing. Like, even in my social media platforms, like, I do the content there as well, purely for the fun. And TikTok, Instagram, I'll put my handle for you guys if you'd like to follow me on there as well. But basically, that has been the game changer for me. But basically, that has been the game changer for me, and that has enabled me to just create, and I've been more consistent literally because of that reason. Because I remember the reason I love it, and the reason I love it is because I have so much fun doing it. So obviously, the more fun you're having while doing something, you're gonna want to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So if that's not a motivation, if you're struggling with the consistency and you're struggling with, you know, executing or doing the thing, if content, in this example, like content creation, then I would encourage you to remember why you started. Literally just have fun with it. Create ingati, like you're creating for 100,000 people, 1,000 people, 500 people. Even if you're not sure whether one person, two people are going to watch your content, why not just create and have so much fun with it? Because I can tell you, literally my experience, what's been working for me in the last, when did I come back on my social platforms? Because I also took a break from there as well, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's not working out the way that I want. I think probably like the last time I posted was like sometime last year, and I just come back now, probably in the last, basically the whole of Jan, and I think Jan and Feb. Well, we're in Feb now, but, and I just remembered, and what helped me was literally like journaling, and my biggest motivator was obviously like journaling, because it hit me while I was journaling once. Guys, highly recommend, like, put your thoughts to paper, and you will see how so many things that you were not sure about, or like things that were kind of just like not really clear, they start becoming clear the more you write about it. Yeah, so I highly recommend journaling if you're struggling with it as well. Maybe like start writing down some ideas, or like maybe start putting pen to paper and saying things like, why do I want to shoot content? And so basically, like, the journaling has really been helpful for me, because I really started like going deeper into the why I started, why I love content, what I was hoping to get out of it. And then the minute I focused less on like the outcomes, and just purely doing it for the now and today and right now, the content that I have, and not worrying about, oh my God, what if tomorrow I don't get like a single subscriber? It won't matter, because Oksala, I am having the best time. I'm having the time of my life. So even this was literally, because I think back in the day, what stopped me from starting or recording, there was actually a podcast that I kind of recorded or started in like 2020. Oh my gosh, the internet. Should never find that cringe. But it was cute. I was recording my phone and literally just going about it. But I think I stopped because I was like, oh, I don't know. No one's listening to what I'm saying. And that's the problem about focusing too much on the outcomes of things, and instead of focusing on the very thing that you're doing and just having fun with it, is that you stop, because then now you're just like, oh, by the slightest inconvenience, you want to stop. And yeah, so this video might be all over the place. It's the first one. Bear with me. But even that's fine for me. Like, I don't even mind that. I'm like, I'll find a way to piece it together so that it makes some sense. But who it's for, I know it will land for that person. And if it's not, if it doesn't land for you, maybe this is not the time for that message to reach you. This is not the time for this message to reach you, and that's totally fine. That's also okay. And I think another very important thing about this journey, of like putting ourselves out there and putting our content out there and just like showing the beauty of you to the world, is that you have to have a level of self-compassion and being okay with like making mistakes, getting it wrong, and not being sure, but like go ahead anyway. Like, do it through the fear, Mdase. Do it even when you're not sure. Do it even outside of the planning. Because if I can tell you that today I had a whole plan about how I'm going to shoot this video at the park. It's going to look so cute and so beautiful. I'm still going to do that. But the universe was like, sweetie, where? Because it is 40 kilometers of wind today in Cape Town. Yes, the weather's good, it's warm. But the trees could not rustle any more hectic than they were today. Yeah, it was just like utter insanity in terms of the wind. And I was like, maybe this mic will survive. I don't know, but I know I won't because I will probably get blown away because that's how intense the wind was. Okay, well, not blown away, but actually in Cape Town, you never know. You could actually get blown away because the winds get so hectic, especially around this time of year. So I had a whole plan. I had like, oh, I've got the shots that I want to do, the B-roll that I'm going to shoot. Um, yeah, and then when I walked, like, and when I drove to the park, got out of my car, I was like, you, what is this, honey? Even now it's still windy. Like, and shooting in my car was not really like the vibe I was going for and the aesthetic and like all of that. But sometimes that is what actually gets in the way and delays us because we're trying to box the idea. We're trying to be so perfectionisty about it, and I'm recovering from all of that because I think some of my greatest ideas have come from a point where I was like, oh no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it just yet. It's not perfect. And then I just release and publish anyway. And then it just like, it does really well. So I would encourage all of us, you watching this, put that thing out, whether it's a piece of content, it's a video, it's a TikTok, it's an Instagram post, you want to start your own podcast too, do it. That's it. There might be people that are gonna look at you sideways. It's fine. We're all in a journey, Oksalayo, and we're all trying to figure ourselves out, and nobody knows what it is that they're doing. And I say that with the utmost respect, you know? So, yeah, so like I said, today I had all the plans in the world about how I wanted this to be. Being in my car and doing it was not the plan at all. But I'd made the promise to myself that today is the day and I would actually record something and put it out there. Whether I put it out 3 days later because of the editing or whatever, that is also fine because then I would have committed to myself. And guys, commitment to yourself. Oh, I could have a whole nother episode about committing to your plans, committing to yourself, because that's another level of self love and self care and just like consideration of yourself. And I've had a whole journey with that as well. But it's fine, guys. Like, we will get to all the conversations, all the chats. I don't want to say too much in one video, but I just wanted to make this commitment to myself, come on here and talk to you guys about putting yourself out there. And we've had so many creators that have been so encouraging, so many creators that have been telling us to do this, so many. And I'm just an additional voice that is basically coming on here to say, yes, if you needed another sign and another sign, then I'm also that sign, you know. I'm even a sign to myself because then when I'm editing this, I know that I'm going to reflect on this moment and be like, oh wow, I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself right now. I'm beaming with so much joy while recording this. And I think the first commitment to myself was literally when I purchased this little guy over here. And yeah, man. So I think just start, do the damn thing. You're amazing. Um, there's no need to doubt yourself, honestly, because we've done so much of that. We've spent so much time doubting ourselves, not being certain, not being sure, wanting things to be perfect. And I think right now is the time and it is the season to launch all of your ideas one step at a time. And don't worry yourself about, oh, but like what if people don't like it, or but like what if people don't resonate with it, or what if it doesn't land the way that I want it to land. I think the greatest advice I've ever received was completely irrelevant to this topic, but my lecturer in film school, when in the script writing, like I studied film, in the script writing class, he was always just like, when you're building a character or developing a character for your story or like your film or whatever, don't be too obsessed with that character. You need to allow them room to evolve, to grow. So, just in that same, I'm going to use that as an analogy that your ideas only become better if you give them room and space to evolve and develop and become. So, yes, it's great to plan. It's great to have an idea or like a level of intention about how you want something to appear or show up and etc. But I think let's don't be too obsessed with no, but it has to be this way, you know, um, because that'll only just limit the growth of your content or limit the growth of your product or whatever it is that you're trying to, especially the first time, you know. And it's also the fact that like, it's inevitable that growth is definitely on the other side. It's gonna happen, and you're gonna evolve and grow. And what who you are today is obviously gonna be different tomorrow, and you might not have the same ideas or concepts. So, Oksalayo, you could stress about the fact that no, it didn't come out the way that I wanted right now. But in 5 years from now, you're gonna change it anyway because you're gonna get bored doing the same thing over and over. I don't know if this is making sense. Yeah. So point of the matter is obsess with the idea in terms of like I want to do it, I'm so excited, but don't obsess with regards to the process, because you're not allowing space for the idea, for the concept to evolve, to become. And only great things can happen when we let go of things and we just commit to, you know what, I said I would do it, I did it, let the rest, let the universe take the rest, let God take over the rest. And because this life thing is so beautiful and so versatile that you might think, when are you wanting to tap into this kind of tribe, and you want to attract certain people, or you want your message to land with certain people, and then jiki jiki it goes a completely different direction in a good way, and I think that's good, and I think that's great. I have ideas in terms of what I would like to do and how my content and how I want to kind of show up in this space and platform. It's the fact that this car was not the was not the plan, that it's gonna be inside my car. I wanted something cute and aesthetic. And sometimes that's exactly what I said. Like that's what delays us, because we want to perfect things. And I'm actually having a great time doing it in this car, because I've had some of my best voiceover editions in the car, because it's so nice and padded, and like the sound is always so good in your vehicle when you want to record something. And I guess that's the beauty about this, because I don't have to worry about any kind of weather. I don't have to worry about the wind. I don't have to worry about the rain. I can literally just shoot the content, because what matters is the message. It's not so much about the look and feel, even though seeing my beautiful face is also lovely. But what I do want to, what I did want to spread is just the joy, and just encouraging you to go for the things that you want, go after them, and just know that they're also looking for you as well. Just with the same exact energy that you seek them, they are seeking you right back. And I think that's a perfect way to end this video over here. Until the next conversation, I look forward to us connecting and engaging. Let's get to know each other in the comment section. Comment and let me know if you resonate with this message. What would you like to add? And if there's any other additional words of encouragement, or even testimonies of you starting and then seeing the beauty of your brand or product, you launching and going ahead and committing to yourself, and how that's transformed your life and completely changed things around for you. So yeah, let's connect in the comments, and I'll check you guys on the next video. Thank you for joining me, and do check out some of my other content. I also do post a lot of vlogs on this channel, so you're welcome to give this video and many others a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of content, you're more than welcome to subscribe. From me, Lorna, aka Lulamela, aka Living Life as Lula, on my TikTok, and Lulamela Kalimasha on my Instagram. Story for another day. I've had many Instagram lives. Please do follow me on there as well. Bye for now.